Today we're going to talk about percent applications and using percents in real life situations. One of the things that we've learned is this proportion where we can set up ratios representing percents. Percent is part of a whole, so we can have that ratio of part and whole, and that's equal to the percent ratio, which means percent out of 100. I use the keywords is and of as well to sometimes help us set up what we're looking for. Alright, so here's our first one. At Kerr Middle School, there are 300 sixth graders. If 140 come to the school dance, what percentage of the sixth graders will be at the dance? Well, the question asks me what percentage. So I know my percent is going to be my X value. The 100 always stays the same, so we leave that alone. Now we need to just figure out which one's the part and which one's the whole. Well, if I take a look, if I think about Kerr Middle School and the sixth graders, there are 300 total or whole amount of sixth graders. So my 300 is going to go down on the bottom, and on the top is going to be 140. Now there's a couple of different ways that we can solve this. We can cross multiply. 300x equals, that would be 14,000, excuse me, and then we can divide. Or I can find the relationship between 100 and 300 because these are just equivalent fractions, equivalent ratios. In order to get from 300 down to 100, I had to divide by 3. And if I divide by 3 here, that means I have to divide by 3 here. So 140 divided by 3, which I can't do in my head. It's going to go in 4 times. That's 12. There's 2 left over and a 0. So 3 goes into 26 times, which is 18. There's a 2 left over. And I bring down, I can add a decimal and a 0, and it's going to be a 6. Well, it looks like it's going to repeat. The other thing is, I can't have a part of a sixth grader at a dance. Okay, so looking at this, I have 46.6 repeated, so 46.666 and so on. Well, if I round that to the nearest percent, that's going to end up being 47%. So about 47% of the sixth graders went to the dance. Let's try one more. At the local animal shelter, there are 60 animals. If 40% of them are dogs, how many are at the animal shelter? How many dogs are at the animal shelter? Well, again, I'm doing my part and whole and percent 100. This time, they gave us a percent. So I look for that first so I know exactly where that is. If I'm looking for it, I know that's my X. Otherwise, I can plug in the percent. It always goes in the same spot, right up here, over 100. Okay? So at the local animal shelter, there are 60 animals. So that's going to be my total because that's how many animals there are. And we're looking at how many are just dogs. There could be cats and rabbits and ferrets and who knows what else. So the total animals, that gives me my whole. And I'm looking for how many there are. Or how many are dogs. Well, here's the thing. I can't find a relationship between 60 and 100 this time, so I have to cross multiply. 100x equals 2,400. And I get that by taking 60 times 40. Now I can divide by 100. And dividing by 100 is easy because if they have the zeros, we just move that decimal point over. So x is going to equal 24, and it's going to be dogs because that's how many dogs there are out of the 60 animals there. I hope this helped. Have a good day.